kanisa cia Vilingi wa Mauvoo.
Patondo ni kwa dhimu kanisa lili Mudoche dini usu saa 3:30 cia wiyo cia mwende etwa lilela wa kwanza tungana a ni kati wa mwala tukumbanisye kiwiyoni cha umuthi
ala tukumbanisye ni vamwe na
Ruto ndungi ya kula 2027 easu dongo ya Wiper Kalonzo Musyoka. Serikali ya Kitui kwikia wigano na mithia ingi kuwete maendeleo kaunti ya Kitui. Dereva umwe kutoloka akwatwa na ngali ila ekwite misokoto ya bangi mbewa ngili ile. Na ana ndonda kuelesea undu wasomie uimi wa nguku kuma kula kwe Musumbi William Ruto.
Vilingi wa Mauvoo.
Musesi atuatia ni endhini wa Facebook ni Mutongoi TV ni na udhocha manyebie. Mutongoi cha Wiper Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka ni wakania Musumbi Dr. William Ruto ndakethiwe na mipango ya kulikila wikiku wa usakwani munene wa mwaka wa 2021 ainene ya kuya thome tana Kalonzo easia ngwatanio ya azimio ni kumbana kamukunji muthenyani wa oni kunena maundu mabata kuikithia Musumbi William Ruto na natumia nai utonyi ula winawo Erastus Nzomo niwe watumbanisia ingewa
Anatika Kalonzo kumbuko ya mtu.
Mutongoi wa chama cha Wiper Kalonzo Musyoka ni wa mukania President William Ruto yuluwa kwithwa na muvango wa kungea kula cia usumbi cia mwaka wa 2021 kwisila kulikilela nzama ya usakwani na mipaka IEBC.
We basically are saying please do not pre-rig 2027 elections. We love this nation and I know our people of Kenya will continue to hold dear the provisions of Constitution 2010. Hatuna ubaya. The issue of IEBC is a core democratic issue. Na hakuna mtu candidate ambaye atataka kuwa candidate 2027 ako na ruhusa ya kutimulia mbali watimlia, because nilienda mimi na Raila bunge na nikaona the kangaroo court naitwa jela, nikasikiliza they had clear instructions kutimlia hawa makamishna inji. We all belong, we love this nation. So Mr. President, let me address you from Kiusiani. Act justly.
Kalonzo na ulo kunene award ni achometha na kuya mwingi otheloni wa sua kaunti ni ya Kitui kabinda kala evikite omukuni amaleve muteti ula ungamite na chama cha Wiper usakwani ni ula ukite wa matuko nana ni waisi kanangwatanio ya azimio wa Kenya no nginya twaise umbano wayo kwi muthenyani wa uni kiwanzani cha Kamukunji grounds musieni wa Ilovi na mayisa usi wani mundu ona wiva nondo ni etikile kimi yao.
So we don't even need President Ruto kujisumbua. It is our constitutional right. Na tutaenda Kamukunji on Wednesday. And we mean well for this country. We want to form a serious opposition in this country. Serious opposition. But guided by the rule of law. Sisi tuko tayari. Na tuko tayari hata kumsaidia Ruto mahali anahitaji usaidizi.
Munini wa president watene inginu wetie kana kukwithwa kwa makomishana ana ma IEBC alama ndio vathokanu na mausungio makivela cha usumbi kuyailite na kuke vindani ithuku ayase kana itambia isuni ya kumanya masia na nonginya aki yithiwe.
Na kama wangekubali mawaidha yangu, hii sio wakati wa kutimlia mbali timu ya Cherera na wale wengine. Justice must be seen, and this is basic. Justice must not only be done, but it must manifestly be seen to be done in the case of Cherera and our fellow commissioners. Kwa hivyo tusisumbuane akili, tusiharibu nchi, tusifuruge nchi.
Ndongo cia Azimio itongwewe ni Raila Odinga na Martha Karua. Kwi iyo ni mathingile ile kana umbano wo wiyovo na ti maandamano oundu aingi manesilasia.
The December 7th Kamkunji meeting, we confirm that the meeting is on as earlier planned. And for those in charge of the security agencies to do their duty to ensure that they keep peace at our meeting as provided by the Constitution and the law.
It's a peaceful public consultative meeting. It is not a demonstration or picketing. If you wanted to do a protest demonstration, you would just inform the police, provide security, and we will do it. But we are not demonstrating. We are not going to engage in any act of thuggery or hooliganism, and no property is going to be destroyed.
Ndilivoti ya Vilingi wa Mauvoo ni Tawairastas Kithuku Wanzomo.
Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka.
Serikali ya Kitui kwisila kula kwi gavana wa kaunti ya Kitui Julius Malombe kwi umundi ni wethiwa na kikalo na aungami makundi kibadhukanyo mate ma serikali Mebo Usaid na balakielelo kinene cha kikalo ki ni kwikia mipango ya kuthukumana na kaunti ya Kitui vanduwa mwaka umwe. Ainena na andiki mama wetu na wasikalo ithi Malombe eweta kana kielelo kinene cha kwithiwa na mipango ni kwibetangana na kusiokelelwa kwa milati la itonya kwithiwa eitwa ni serikali ya Kitui walametikilana na makundi silingi bilioni 1.1 sia kwa ilia uthukumi mibeani kibadhukanio. Onesmus Chalo ni mwandiki wetu wa Mauvoo.
Gavana wa kaunti ya Kitui Dr. Julius Malombe nwethwa na kikalo na uungami wa makundi kibadhukanyo matema ya serikali walakielelo kinene cha kikalo kini kwikia mivango ya kuthukumana na kaunti ya Kitui vandu va mwaka umwe kielelo ni cha kwete enenthi ma kaunti ya Kitui maendeleo. Hainena na andiki mama wa ofisini wake tino wa kikalo ki Malombe nwawetakana kielelo kinene cha kwithia na mivango ni kwivya kusiokelelo kwa milati imwe ni mivya kibadhukanyo walametikila na makundi matema ya serikali na kwikia saia kimanzi cha shilingi bilioni 1.1 sia kuthukuma mivyani kibadhukanyo wivo muvya wa oiti wemi kisomo maundu motandithia amwika na mipayo ndumwe na kithio vala kila muvya wa vathwa kimantha kina cha ilovia ni makundi matema ya serikali o ndumwe na serikali ya kaunti ya Kitui.
Twakomana na shirika ya USAID pamwe na mashirika angi ala mathukuma yimwe na na plani ya mwaka umwe ya miradi ila tukwatianishe pamwe na serikali ya kaunti ya Kitui tukwika miradi yesu ye muveane wa agriculture, muveane wa uima wa mwili, muveane wa biashara kana trade na industry, muveane wa kisomo basic education na muveane wa governance kana ulawa mikile ya maundu nesa na wea wa planning na ulawungi maundu ma youthi na maundu ma agenda.
Muvya wa uemi ni wavathwa kimantha cha shilingi mbewa milioni 330 kwa ilia maundu ma uemi wiva kunengane mbeu kwi aimi kuketha kiwu na kwa ilia nema kwisilanzia sia matuku muvya wa uiti kaunti na Kitui ni wavathwa mbewa kimantha cha shilingi milioni 400 wala serikali ya kaunti ya Kitui yume kimantha cha shilingi milioni 75 na ya shirika ya USAID yume kimantha cha shilingi milioni 424 sia kwa ilia uiti kaunti ya Kitui.
Kielelo kila kinene ni wisaidia ministries kwa mfano sineka okindu kimwe na siyo kongana ila itawa duplication kwa kisungu na niwo kitumimanekie co-creating kana co-planning ni kana wisaidia kila mundu niwamanya ethia kwatie kyao program hii ithela nitukwenda wise kwithia andu maitu ni matetheka mithiani imwanya na myanya.
Serikali ya kaunti ya Kitui kwa vamwe yumikimansia shilingi milioni mbewa mana mwanza miongwena na ili varana ya makundi ama tema ki serikali mumia milioni man atatu miongo thanthatu na nyanya valota lowilo vya ila siotho kwa mamevyani kivathukanyo va kaunti ya Kitui sina kimanda cha shilingi bilioni umwe katono umwe. Kavindani kauma lombe nwa weta muvya wa uititawa wa vathiwa kimanza kinene chilo vya ithi eiweta tanzia mwanya kwa ilia na kukilia uitiva kaunti ya Kitui.
Muvya wa health pauni po kwanza i partners itengete mbesa ila mbingi milioni mana tatu na miongwele na inya na hoka onde ya atenga miongweli miongo monza na itano. Nani mwewa katika health nitukuendela tumita preventive and promotive health care. Kula andu maitu ma CHV madhuku mawi sekwithi andu ni manewe elimu kana kenya manyisiondo matonya kwikala meka kwatwe ni Mauvoo.
Ngwata nene kutethese kusuvilo vya sia mwene ndena kumi watalo wa undu siatumika vala serikali ya kaunti ya Kitui ikethia wa itekia ilo vya melatini ila makundi ya matema ki serikali matwa isieva kaunti ya Kitui. Nake mungami wekundi ya USAID James Flock inena nwa wetakana kilolo kinene takwikithia ni mavikia kutethesya kaunti ya Kitui na kwete maendeo na kukilio kwati wa kaunti ya Kitui.
The USAID Resilience Learning Activity operates as a secretariat program that's used, as mentioned, to identify and optimize resources that are co-created and co-implemented between the Kitui County government and with that of USAID implementing partners. We're very excited to see the county government support, along with our IPs, that are here to ensure that we are providing initiatives and activities that support the resilience of the Kitui community.
Tini vota Vilingi wa Mauvoo kuma kaunti ya Kitui neta Onesmus Chalo.
Musumbi William Ruto nu vanewe kwambililia ilungu ya katatu ilete elite ya mawalanio Mahasla Fund ungwe walanio wa maendeleo ma Kenya Kwanza bewa mwezi wa katano mwakani twendete bebea ila ikonetwe ni kuweta kana mawalanio kuya ndi ni mailite kana ni maende na kwa ila ni kana kwambililwa kwa melati Yesu Benjamin Mwaka na mwandiki wetu wa Mauvoo.
Eli wa katatu na wakana wa kutandithia na kinandu cha Hustler Fund tutavikita mwini wa thanthatu mwaka ukite muvyamo wa ikundi sako na maviasala manini ma SMEs wiweta mivango wa kuvingu ya eneli mwalanyo ao ndeni mithelu na kila kitialite ni President William Ruto kwambisya walanyo wambe ulani utandithia kwisla NNDN kukova mbesa kinanduni ki katika wa shilingi maana 5 na ngili miongo 5 unavinguiwe wakana mvitu ni President William Ruto.
There are 3 other products that will be launched in the coming months. Probably as early as end of January for the next one. Probably as early as end of March for then the third one. And of course then the fourth one hopefully by the end of May. This is the way things are projected. Now, you asked me the question, so have we left the ground properly prepared with regard to the SACCOs, the SACCO sector for PS Kilemi in terms of their involvement and participation in the subsequent phases of the Hustler Fund? And the answer is yes.
Kuyanana na ula itwe hemu antikimotenika muviano ikundi nene yani cooperatives Ali Nur Ismail nikana walanyo wa keli withwa wa mikovu ikundi biyo ya kwambisi uthukumi na ilovia siya kwambisi mavia sala nuwa weta vai sako na imwe o yutwe itayumbanite kwe konye na kinanduki cha Hustler Fund.
The 3 next products that will be launched are the micro loans, the SME products, and then of course the startups in that order. In the SMEs and the micro loans, SMEs particularly, and the startups, SACCOs would be big players. And I want to say, without any shred of doubt, that SACCOs are prepared for that borrowing, which will be channeled through the SACCOs for the subsequent products such as the SME, the startups, and to a small extent, even the micro loans, yes.
Nuru hane na kavindani kalawa mwenengelea miyo dhukumi PS muviano wa cooperatives Patrick Kiburi Kilemi ula huneni nwaka wetu na usini munene kwa muvia umunini kuvikia kusewa nyamivango yonde kinanduki na kugitweka ngina kwambiwa ni president na nikiendeyo yukutaidia makilima NND halambe na ukwati munini.
I must admire the temperament of Ali Nur. I think the task of launching the Hustler Fund was done in a record time. I remember one day I came and asked him, "We say you look pretty very calm when there are so many things which are expected to be in place, and we are not sure if they will be in place. There are many actors involved, but at the end of the day, you are the one to be held accountable." He told me I might look calm, but there's a lot of turbulence in my stomach. We are very grateful to have had you at this time. I honestly don't think we could have put off that task without your leadership.
Inge Kilemi nwathingila kivalua cha muvia wake kithwa kutetheesya kukilia aimia ingi alame ikundine mena wikwati munene wa kukwata vaito wa mausiao mao thini wa uimi sekta ni kwathukanyo. Kila ni kitu kinene cha manifesto ya serikali ya President William Ruto.
The government movement has been the one that has brought our people together so that they are able to monetize their produce. They are able to enjoy economies of scale in acquisition of input, and they are able to get bargaining power when they go to the market as one big, as opposed to going into the market as as individual farmers. So our movement really is really key in helping the president achieve attain its objectives, and this government, the fifth government, achieve its objectives.
Dilivotia Vilingi wa Mauvoo kuma maamuzi nilovi nye nitawa Benjamin na mwaka.
Twitiana na ngewaisuni kana maobisa ma abolisi sub-county ya Kibwezi kiokoni cha umundi ni makwati ngali mwe ila iumite musini wa Ilobi elekele Mombasa ikuite misokoto manairi ngili ile maana 3.5 ya bangi ila ni alato wa shilingi milioni umwe katono imwegisoni cha mutito wandei ngali ila akana ngali ila ndeleba wayo wasemba ya kuswa na kutoa wakiseseni cha polisi cha mutito wandei wala ayekithia kiko ki sub-county police commander wa Kibwezi George Kashmir waweta ni Wangalisu. Deputy County Commissioner wa Sub-County isu ya Kibwezi Paul Wanyonyi nomya ukani kwa ala mekwatikana maitumia lelu ukutoa isia biasala wandawa saumila nimekosa matambia alama ilete makimiao. Kennedy Mulinge ni watumba nisia ingewa.
Kwenana na Sub-County Police Commander wa Sub-County ya Kibwezi George Kashmir nikana maofisa mavulisi kisioni kicha mutito wa ndei mambisi okora nenzi ketino wakungamia ngali muthemba watota premio ya uwande kithia KAU 349Z mwendoni wa saa 10 mwezi ya kuacha ni valande levo wayo lile kungama itambiele masukumi ya kumeati ya valame mkwati kisioni cha manyani lelo ni uwa kuma Mombasa kudhilovi indi levo wayo vonoka na kutoloka
kawacha gari ila kwa na attendant. Baada ya hiyo ofisa walipofika waliweza kuangalia hiyo gari wakaona inabeba vitu ambayo imefungwa vifurushi ambayo wana suspect ni bangi. Ndipo hiyo gari ilivutwa mpaka police station. Sasa iko hapa Mtitwande police station na tumehakikisha ilikuwa inabeba bangi. Imebeba stick 2,350 ambayo ni street value ya 1.17 million.
Hata uwezi shuku vala weta maofisa mavulisi tamambisi nzima ya ndelevo wangali iyo la kufikia tuithike 7 untanesa kwiki wambini kana mwene wayo kumamekana Kashmiri wenda enende kutethesia kaunu wako ukitawana ndawasi ya kumila kwa kunenga na ovosi kota isi ya mina kukitika.
Tunaendelea na uchunguzi na tunatafuta bado hawa suspect. Pia gari tuko nayo, tutajua hiyo gari ni ya nani. Na ni mzuri sana members of public pia watusaidia na information, sababu hii vita ya drugs tunapigana wote, sio polisi peke yao. Lazima pia watusaidie, na naomba members of the public wakiona watu ambaye wanatembea na mguu watupatie information kwa sababu hawa ndio wenye hiyo gari ndio tuweze kuwakamata.
Deputy County Commissioner wa Sub-County ya Kibwezi Paul Wanyonyi ayumia okanya kwa ndolame utumia lelo uwa kuma Mombasa kuthilovi kutoisa biasala wanda wasi omila tamekosa wa matambiala mailete makimia.
Ningependa kutoa onyo kwa wale ambao wanahusika na kusafirisha hii bangi na madawa mengine ya kulevya na vitu vingine ambavyo havifai katika nchi yetu, ya kwamba hii barabara yetu, hii highway haitakuwa sehemu ya kutumia kwa hiyo kazi. Kwa hivyo sisi maofisa wetu tutaimarisha patrols kwa hii barabara, tuhakikisha ya kwamba tumethibiti hii sehemu yetu kabisa, na ya kwamba hii vitu ambayo inaharibu wa Kenya haiwezi kupita mahali hapa.
Ken Mulinge, Mutongo TV, kuma mtoto wa Ndei, kaunti ya Makueni.
Tuendea ni kana andunda kuma kambi ya mawe ila ikathonzweni kauntini ya Makueni athokie kwa Dr. William Ruto ila wai munini wa Musumbi na ona undu uimi wake wanguku waendeyete nesa asioka kathonzweni an ni wambiye uimi wanguku na yuni we utongwete lina uthosia wa matumbi ma nguku kisioni kiu. Caleb Chalo ni wa muthokia na atumbani siange waino.
Aku ukesa kwithikisia ngewa cia ndu mayo tathiondo mambise vya sala cio kana ne macio no bateleme muno ukiwa mundu aikwe atumiye mboso imwe ambisi hoteli lakini wetha ute undu wena kindu tuketa kwa kisongo reality kuma ana wandonda athi kula kwe Musumbi President Ruto ivinda yeye munini wa Musumbi kulika mundane wake na kusisia undu usetha cia matumbe na nguku ni watumiye kiuna nicho umunthi wena munda uwita wa Patrick Queen na ulange wa yake iyo kuthanda cia kiliko atwete utwini wa kambi ya mawe ulawe wodini ya Mauvoo Kikumene kilomita siotala kuthi musi wa wote kana kuthi soko wa kathonzweni vamu wandu wa muika kwesitwa andunda nivose ovyasya mbesa kwisila wimi wangu kusia gredi sia kulecha matumbe kwa kisungu siesekania ta layers.
Naambia around 5 years ago naambia biashara ya kwe nguku ila sia ni timbingi then yandi wa kwetu wakayo wa weather kuweka saya numete na kani watho wangu kwetwa Mombasa nenda ikalabukila wathanda ndo soka kisaya ni dia wathanda tu ndio na kithoa kitwa Mombasa sa ingi ndimwe andi tuti Mombasa andi na kandithi kwa nendo tesa
ngewa yake ni enda tumikunikele kwa ndateka mbuthu view indi tuimina tukundwa mani wa kuyana aina kindu kwa kisungu tukita passion kana kuthanga yulu wa undu na vaani nthini wa kuithia nguku otondo ni kuelesya
yuko babuno na wakiena sekane tho nguku ni ithia tunaona ne biasala nzio na thikeni chikinosa nguku ya na themwe na ya na te and my estimate na soka na thina ona mbale na tanguku no sainge manana na ya thin twende you na wasia transfer na thamia ku wote ne kala no kieku na namba kumusi ine yengu kuna siakwa nikini kuthandia isindi sanza wanesa na munla wanzanze anda bete kana kusanza wana no inge na etando mailio ndethesia
maindi me ando motala mathoketwa mundani wa Musumbi William Ruto evinda yu emunini wa Musumbi tuye kulia ala waendie na momosi somo yao kana mekiata lakini weti na wange wanene sia kwewa kana Ruto ni muimi wangu ku ni weyone na metho na kwikithia nesa ki ona mbesa ile iweta wa kana no kwata akuma mundani wake ni sia uo na we aekethisia kwesila munda wake ona kutwika nduyana na wa Ruto lakini no wethetie nguku ngili umwe na mwana 5 ila imonenga ileti sia matumbe mbe wa 43 kila muthenya
nuonokie na sekani try sia matumbe na ne no sangu 1000 na nende na kwea na mimi nduka kusiosa nende kwa Mheshimiwa Ruto nune while and my TV ni kutoka ni 1.8 per day kwa ni story sia ukani sio bongo nende ni story nzio na diku na friends yangu meto mama bende ne meto akina wale mai twathi Mombaka ku twathi twasisia tunangi meto wake twa January twathi taisia kwa Ruto twethe kwa kweli story sia kwa yangu konenzio na kuma buno no kiona sangu 1000 nina confidence pia kwa yangu na naye lakini nambo manda daktari ondeze sia kuisanza na daktari wako msemo neto George through from Matu ayo kombiti yangu kuisia kwa ni sanza na kila kile chonde na naye yangu ku 1000 sia dani nziovyo na nami na kwa 1000 nasi akani ongelingi na ongela 600 1000 ni singale kwa basanga na 600 ni sidi although yuni na 1528 asani nasio nguku kwa modana ile kasia matumbe ileti nyongwe na itato ela kwa yadha na mbebo nisungu kwa ile kasia kwa mbebo kwa mbebo kana kwa ni stress pa nini ile sia kulecha ndia kwa dede wa miongwe na na itatu ikuwa buno siambara kwa 44 45 lakini lani sisi lazima ukwata kwa kila modana miongwana na itatu na nguku isi akwa ni sisa so nguku ni sisa muno sikwada si wako ya lakini ni gite mutalatala nenge kwa cha saa umwe sirila mpaka saa monza sikaya saa monza na kwa modana sisa kilo 175 whereby no waikunia ya 70 kgs kwa kila modana sisa makunia ile na nusu makilo miongo mwanza
kwa ulo kwenda kuatia nae i chambe kisomo kivata muno masiane kise ukwengu yotumani wa muteneka ani mbene wambie kwitikila teknoloji ya kwakia nguku wise kwithia undu sioya undu siole cha matumbi na undu sionywa kiwu ni kindu kivange ti owigoka no sisi undu nguku isi onywa kiwu kwisela meveleki eyo twika kiwu vake kita omena na kila nguku ndetoma ouno we mutindo sinengwa ndawa Mauvoo manguku siethe sisi ya kienyeji kana siethe sisi ya grade withane ukuno munene kwa aimi vahau kambani ano kuelezea kana ena ndawa kivoto
kumabu nguku yabikia chuma kila chuma ni nzanza ndiambia ni ukaso na nyendi ndi kuna kila ndo ingi makona cha kweki yake uone nundu nguku mbingi ukasia wiki yake uone ila wiki yake uone ile nguku saisi teku uone wisi teku uone tenywa kiwuki anye ni kwa dhaiki ya medho ni kana siku dhaiki ya 100% vaccination yeah na siabikia ikwikia ndene wa kegis nuka ngosa botona nundu ya wangu kumbe sanza kila mietatu usanza ni ukaso kila mietatu usanza ni ukaso ni to na sindano wa ni ukaso kwa ina sanza sindano suna itona ndika nenga ndawa ingi ndika inenga ni ukaso nyi iba kwa nikita kwinenga ndiwoma kila mietatu ni nenga ndiwoma that's whether na disturbance tayumo kwa monde banonge yani nenge and stress undi mwenenga stress yona maudhio aini kuni tayari nye kubundi sai mama kuweni machako usikitwi na Kenya yonde yulwa uni biasala tena nya kwambia kana musute nguku timosi na niwako tumiwa uko na ndi yandu play nguku uni biasala la wailete
atala mama kalile masi akana etambe yambe nayo yevina vyondene wa Kilondo na mwini wakamba weta wa Joseph Mutaiti wanavaunya kalyetina ne wainie na asia kana munda niwe mwene musie na kutula ni kwesio matani munda niwe mwene musie kutula ni kwesio matani nema niyo liwo kwati uwande kwaku utenguku kana tena kindu kiko na nyakana we mwemi ana atu ya kana ngwi mundu Caleb Chalo Mutongo TV kumabapa tu Queen kaunti ya Makueni
kutula na kwesio matani ngewesia Caleb Chalo yetunenga yuso toso dhiumo wanda tikanini tukadhiwasa ntusioketheti
musese witu mwendwa Mutongo TV ni avwila ukambani na yakwata nzeve ya luma na watu mevusa ye kufikia mamilioni ma andu alama tosia isi ya kila muthenya kwa kutangasa vya biasala waku kana kumanethia alama evasa ila mwendo waku watutia kwisila imanethia sia iku kwa Mauvoo yange tufikie kwisila nambani ya simu noti imwe ina kenda ile imwe na itatu mwonza kana ututumie email kwisila sales@mutongotv.co.ke Mutongo TV ni yongwatanio ya mukamba tukwatanie twaile biasala situ
wimi wa ng'ombe cia yeia thiri wa kilungu wasia wa mwimi
inge nona gusiye mukeka wakina
mukeka usio ukomea tumena ewa ukomea mwana mundu
wete ya mutaalamu tukanena nesia maundu ma wimi na twelito transplant sasa nata
transplanting by sauteka provided with the amindoni vena pa out right in the field ni wet
nondo tuta mina kulika mitwe wenda wabaluka pyo
Mutonda kwitha imonda flat muno ugethi ono katema mbaro ya matambio 5 ndio itegemea nondo mbaro icio tona kuongamia kiugo
nima ya kungithia no yende na kwikathia muno ukambani uimi wa kitunguu thini wa kilungu wasia wa mwimi
kuna na kolele no kitungu kibanda ana manya kuna ambia kwa kitungu
kwa wewe mazindu ile mbesa
ni mazindu ile mbesa
wasia wa mwimi
Dial *811*290# to get Psalms 29 verse 11 as your skiza tune.
Psalms chapter 29 verse 11.
The Lord gives strength to his people, and the Lord blesses his people with peace. Amen.
Dial *811*290# to get Psalms 29 verse 11 as your skiza tune.
Ni na udhocha ingi museisia tuendanie imwe. Silikali ni yaweta kana manyiwa on the grade 1 ginya 9 meithi wa maisomea skulu ni sia kwinuka kana day schools kwambia mwakani twendete. Ndio isia nenwa ni mwandiki moteneka wa kisomo Belio Kipsang ulaikithite Musumbi William Ruto ndini wa chathi cha kubingwa kwa umbano wa 10 na nyanyawa alimwanene mama skulu ma musingi kana capture.
At Oxford University, that's the reason why we've also been that I have my bosses with me today, and I will be asking you as our head teachers to start verification of data of our schools. We would want to appreciate each and every of our 23,000 public schools so that we can know and be sure that each one of us has capacity to host the junior school. And where we think that we can share the responsibility with our neighboring school, let's say that. One thing I would want to appreciate also is that my officers at the ministry have informed me that almost 50% of your schools have produced a secondary school. And therefore, it will make it easy for us to share facilities. And such facilities would include our human resource. But the most critical facility is that we shall be socializing our children to basic science. And therefore, we shall require to share some of our laboratories. But we shall also be working with our partners, including our members of parliament, to ensure, as the President directed, that our children are able to access all the basic facilities, including laboratories and books, as we do this particular transition. I urge our parents that it is our primary responsibility as first educators to work with our children. As we move forward, day schooling will be the direction, because that's the only way we shall be able to engage with our children. And the first 9 years of our learning between grade 1 and grade 9, the direction that government will be taking is day schooling.
Maminista ni manenganie musala wa mwi wa 11 kwa kinandu cha kutethesia a Kenya alama kunikite niza kumana na nzaila yende ba Kenya kwisila balua wo kwa mwandiki nzamani ya kukutana na maumu alama etetwe ni monyao Murimi Murage. Maminista ani manengane musala wo wambe wa shilingi milioni 11 kutethesia enendi alama kunikite isuania ye ibikiwe umbanoni wa maminista ula unatoa hivyo matuko 29 mwamwai u balandhi ya Kenya ikwenda sinyiwa shilingi bilioni 11 katiwa oyu na mwiwambe kutethesia ala abinyie mono ninza. Josephat Musimi no kutueleza.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for
yuka vindaka mwenye mwingi wende na kwekumbela nthi ito ya Kenya zama ya minister va Kenya ni manenga niye musala wo wa mwai we 11 zikayoni sia kukitana na nza kwiyene nthi kwisala valua kuma kwi mwandiki wa kamati ila kuthinikia kukitana na nza Murimi Murange yonania kanambe wa milioni 11 ni minite kufikia muvia usu uthinikia munyau. Itambia thi ya nzama ya maminista kuvatha musala wo yafikiwe nthini wa kikalocho cha katatu kwi matuku 29 mwai muvitu wa 11 ila mamanithiswe thiulu wa munyau kamiti nene ila kuthinikia ki yukwa evinda ya chuma kimwe ni maminite kukwata milioni 950 kuma thila itambia thi ya kuvotha mbesa ithi ya mbelelio ni Musumbi William Ruto. Isesothie ya usanga na ile vetisi tota wa Kenya tulindane yambelelio ni musumbi William Ruto kwi matuku 21 mwai muvitu we 11 na kuvatha nzama ya andu 15 alama ikuthinikia munyao ula wikumbilite vakuvi kaunti 21 na ila inyetewe muno ni nza va Kenya. Thi ya Kenya thienda vakuvi bilioni 17 kuma oyu muvikia mwai wambe mwaka usu tuendete kukitana na munyao Josephat Musiemi, Vilingi wa Mauvoo.
Minister wa Agriculture Mithika Linturi ni wakulia matambia ma mituki moswe ni kana kuthinikia mwali kumanzebe ala maitete munyao munene vanthi ya Kenya. Linturi aweta ndeto indini wa umano ula wende wangwatanio ya nthikana United Nations kuu ya Rome, Italy.
I think we want to briefly tell the country what we are doing here in Rome, and this is the 171st session of the World Council for Food Agricultural Organization, FAO, and we've had very good deliberations. And like, for example, yesterday we are serious in discussions on how climate change affects our food systems. And I think it's almost common ground that everybody in this meeting agrees that the effect of climate change has been so adverse on our food production, and there is a need for all of us to work together to combat climate change or to deal with climate change. It's also agreeable that we've had serious effects on our food systems out of the conflict out of conflicts, and the existence of good harmonious coexistence between nations is also paramount, because in one way or another, when one country is in conflict with another, then this affects us, and that's why the cost of fertilizers are affecting nearly every country when we come to discuss on the factors that influence production. Today is also a very fruitful day when we've got another agenda on the table which we are discussing, and which is water. Water is a resource which without, then we can never have food. As Africa, as Kenya, and everyone else agrees that water resources need to be harnessed, need to be secured for us to provide the opportunity for us to do irrigation.
And one of the issues that has come up very strongly is how we can harness water using the new technology so that we avoid over-dependence on the rain-fed agriculture, which we are practicing back home. So this is the message we want to take home.
Itina wa MCA ma county ya Meru kubicha mutalatala wa mbungeni kwenda kumungudhola gavana Kawira Mwangaza balakoti unekisie itheka mutalatala usu yuma MCA su ni mabikisie mutalatala ungi kwa ibinda yengi mayenda umobetanga Mwangaza atongu yasu meteta kana gavana wo no kutumia ubisondo batailite na kunengane mawia o kitumbo.
This will be the trend, because and this is the behavior or the tendencies that you are going to get.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the purpose of record.
Thank you, Honorable DMK. Please go and lay. Thank you.
The Assembly therefore resolves to impeach the Governor under Article 181 of the Constitution, Section 33 of the County Governments Act, and Standing Order number 65 of the Standing Orders of the Assembly on the following grounds. Number 1, nepotism, illegal appointments, unlawful dismissals, and usurpation of the Constitution and statutory functions of county organs. Appointment of husband to county offices. On or around the 30th September 2022, the Governor engaged in 1. Gross misconduct, 2. Grossly violated Articles 10, 232, 235, and 236 of the Constitution. Grossly violated Section 17 of the Public Officer Ethics Act. Grossly violated Sections 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and 65 and of the County Governments Act. grossly violating Section 6 and 11 of the Meru County Youth Service Act 2018, and grossly violating Section 4 of the Public Appointments County Assembly's Approval Act of 2017 by appointing her husband to the non-existent position of the patron of the Meru Youth Service before conducting a transparent and competitive recruitment process. The other ground for the impeachment of the governor of Meru County is misconduct relating to the nomination of CECs, failing to submit names of other candidates to the county assembly for approval for appointment to the CEC after the assembly rejected some of the nominees, reorganizing our government to 6 departments and 3 CEC members after the rejection of some nominees instead of submitting the names of other candidates to the county assembly for approval, and swearing to appoint to our government and actively work with losers of the 2022 county elections instead of the duly elected MCAs to stir wrangles within the assembly.
Mwene kibila wa ngwatanio ya enengali sia Maruti kaunti ya Masako Stephen Mwema numia ukanyo kwa mateleva na makanga alame udhukuma matumite nzobi aiweta kana mutu usudi utonya kodhothea mbanga sialelu ainena itino iseso ya usakwani wanza manzau ya atwai Maruti kaunti ya Masako bana inge waelesya mekwendea na kuatiania na serikali nzau ya kaunti ya Masako kuislamu peane wa kuikidhitoni chakwa ili ya maundu maukui na madina alameditwe mailikila atwai mangale I muthemba wa Maruti. Daniel Mongela ni watumbanisia ingewa.
Stephen Mwema ula ni mwene kivila mwe wa ngwatanio ya Maruti va kauntini ya Masako elese kwambisya muthani wa uni maitikilia makanga kana andu angi alamende na uthukisya ngwatanio ya Maruti isiitwa kwa kuthukuma manyuite na kutumia akuamo nai.
Ima undu asu ila twekalile nthithie ni mwamwe matumie twetia usakwani kwa mituki nikana tuthukume mwana inji nesa kana wea witu tuthukume nesa pa cathedral ko kubi stage la tukuane ya ithie mutituni thita wa Mutisa driving school na nundu wa ukosevu andu mathe tu ni maikie kungama ba ni tuthitu tuisembana na stage isu tikale tuminengwe na tuimekala bona hoda tubetanga makanga ithie machama ni tuthukume na tuitethia andu maitu pau na withi ngali siendete na ota nundu mabina maingi ngali la si kwara nundu mabina maingi la father wende na kuthaithia andu andu amwe meuma na masino nthuku aya andu angi me obingi anene nzia mokete kwa in order twenda stage ili meni ba ya tukuane anga liva ngopu lakini ba ya nundu andu ibo andu ingi nikana andu mamu tukuno tutetheke na twekena na mathina twithe na order ya ngali taita tuikaunga mabu lakini in order tusobite pate kuuma na pate kunena na pate ikanga ona yimwe na chagele twenda obetanga makanga na maroita aba ngali no zo bitu ya andu monza ndi makanga so twenda obetanga makanga nikenda we are with the musio
ingi mwene kivila umwe Stephen Mwema ni waelesya ni mekwitha mainengana uniform kwa andu ala mekwitha maithukuma iseseni sia ukui na kwikithia ala meuthukuma ku ni methiwa na itangasi na masietwa na kutonithia akua kwitha matona umamana kwa mituki.
Yuta chairman kuma unene ngwitha ndi unya kindu kitawa reflectors na mbanji yingingo ya kuona ni uyu ni muthukumi wa sako mundu yoyote utena mbanji no tena reflector usuti muthukumi wakwa ndwalite kunena nake na ndwalite omunenga kinu nundu anatwiva twina makwani maingi pa station kwa OCS aingi mone methitu mayuya andu maitu simu na ingi mone methitu maikwata IVTCN of which ni wrong so to under new management etha ne pauka thole kipaka ungama andu aratu me elimekete uniform me under chairman na muni na sako withi ni wisuni muthukumi wabo kwa ukuma une kusonga nambe kila sako makuta no kimutu wa kila sako yitha na thukumi mena mbanji na uniform ukamana une muthukumi wabo stage andikiro ne sako kwa wethe mundu kukwe ulike ngaleni na timu ndekete uniform na ndena mbanji ngingo mubetanga usuti muthukumi
thini wa usakuani ula watwaiwa kwi umundi wa nuvanza manzau Pastor Timothy Musiokani wewetha nuvwata munini wa mwene kivila Donald Owande ni wadhungwata mwandiki kuna kisami zioka ndanyuvwa tamuiwa kinandu thini wa ngwati nonzau ya Maruti va kauntini ya Masako.
Meta wa makanga ni mama thokwani tia wia wito muno wa mutitoni na kutwana angia wia na kwisilo tongo ine wa chairman ula wasakwa tani vice ningu mutweka nikenda tuseobye county government yitu nikenda na ken governor esileta malelo asu onenda ya ngali sia Maruti Maruti
na kila siku ndonda kwa seni wakati wa Christmas tikwenda kuona ndeleve nywite kila mundu wina mutoka wa baruti amekishua pa ikindu kitawa aikunengwe squad nundu wanengane squad mundusu ndwisi amukiba mekishua ndeleba yaku ila winayo niyo kutwa mutoka na bayingwa kingewa ya squad nundu mundu wa squad asembete abige makuta no either abige kimutwa abige mutituni ashoke edho na mbesa na hii mbesa siyesa kumutethia nundu gwene wa squad
ngwendo nena muno no kija kuzembania na inspectorate niti kwenda kumina vyo ithieta ithi sector ya maruti iti kwenda kigithele town ina tithiki ya town ito the order na kwa enemy toka ni ti kwenda the clear view kula mai etha ndeleba ulone ngete ngali ndekuikala na ngali kuma kwa chamba ka wiyo
Daniela Mwankela Mutongoi TV kumuba kiseseni cha ukui kila kiba mulu mutesia musini wa Masako.
Thini wa mithenya 16 ya kulilikana andu alamesela unyamasyo ukonia maundu mamebai ene yanda maunduni makukutana na kisia A2 na amwitu yume weta bena bata monene kila county iseubie nyomba si mwanya kusesea A2 ala mabikia kuthinwa kana kwithithia thinani ta ii ila mabikia na kwithia thinani kana maiweta nyumba hii katomeka tamisi kwa ala onde mesela monyamasyo no kana kuikithia ni mamanya undu wa kumamanthia.
Way back from 1995 by the late managing director Professor Lugogo then it took a lot of processes, conservation until sometimes 2012 when we did the feasibility study, and with the feasibility study we felt that once we are done with the construction of that multipurpose dam, then it's going to serve not only Kwale but other neighboring counties like Mombasa, Kilifi for domestic water purposes. And not only for domestic water use but even for food security in terms of irrigation farming. Luckily we got funding from the World Bank. We are now in the mid of constructing the mega dam in Kwale. You are aware that because of water scarcity, our government have its own priority of constructing up to 100 mega dams starting this year. Therefore, we as in Coast already have initiated the construction of much multipurpose, and that mega dam is supposed to provide 186,000 cubic meters of water to the city of Mombasa every day.
Naende musesi abone watu wika muthia wa Vilingi wa Mauvoo kiwione cha umundi ngitungia muvya mwanya nundu wa kusakua kutua kuendania na itutu manyithie muvya mwanya kwa onthe alama ilia Vilingi wa Mauvoo Teresia mwende atwalulela Mauvoo kwanzia ya meko nito MAKENZI wa mutunga tukomana muthenyani wa unikio koni ndini wa Vilingi wa Mauvoo na ndini wa Kilungu tiwa nesa ithi wana kiwio cha itu.
Inu ni Mutongoi TV.
Tinaenge wadi wa mukamba ula wekitumi ni mbenga na mbenga yake tendala va Mutongoi TV nundo Mutongoi TV niyo itongoti kutane koti ya wadi wa mukamba wa mbenga na mbenga wadi no mpomete ula kilumio kumini kumanisha no wadi yawe naende likelo wa kwambelelia ndini wa Fresh Monday ni chabia ngwatilo wa Kelingo Ingumba edition wakati tu ni Wednesday